Hello friends, welcome to a journey into a world where time seems to slow down, and life is lived with intention, care, and a deep sense of community. Today, we're stepping into the heart of Amish country, where tradition and innovation blend in the most unexpected ways. Whether you're a longtime admirer of the Amish or just curious about their way of life, you're in for a treat. Let's step back in time to a place where the clatter of horse hooves on dirt roads is a daily soundtrack and the air is filled with the scent of fresh earth and blooming fields. Here, the Amish have built a way of life that honors the past while quietly adapting to the present. We're going to explore the resourceful world of the Amish, where every member of the family plays a vital role. From the youngest child to the eldest grandparent, everyone contributes their skills and energy to the well-being of the community. Whether it's tending to crops, crafting furniture, or preparing hearty meals, the Amish approach each task with dedication and pride. The Amish are known for their deep respect for tradition, their strong work ethic, and their remarkable ability to live simply and sustainably. Their days are shaped by the rising and setting sun, and their lives are guided by values passed down through generations. In a world that often chases after the newest and fastest, the Amish remind us of the beauty in patience, perseverance, and purpose. They have a knack for making things last, stretching resources, and finding clever solutions to everyday challenges. Nothing goes to waste in an Amish home. Clothes are mended, tools are repaired, and food is preserved with care. Their resourcefulness is not just a necessity but a way of life, teaching us all the value of stewardship and creativity. Today, we'll unlock one of their treasured secrets: how to make coffee last for 6 months. Imagine savoring a fresh cup of coffee, brewed from beans that have been carefully stored and protected, even through the changing seasons. This isn't just about saving money or reducing waste, it's about preserving flavor, tradition, and a little bit of everyday magic. That's right, you heard correctly. The Amish have developed a method that keeps coffee fresh and delicious for half a year, using simple tools and time-honored wisdom. It's a technique that might surprise you with its simplicity, yet it's stood the test of time for generations. This ingenious method, passed down through generations, dates back to the 1800s. Imagine the stories these recipes could tell, the hands that wrote them, the families that gathered around the table, and the countless mornings started with a warm cup of coffee, even when times were tough. Get ready to be amazed by the simplicity and effectiveness of this time-tested technique. As we reveal the steps, you'll discover not just a practical tip, but a window into the Amish way of life. A world where ingenuity, tradition, and community come together in the most delightful ways. So let's begin our journey and see what we can learn from the wisdom of the Amish. Imagine a time before supermarkets and online shopping. In the 1800s, life was much different. People, including the Amish, relied on their own skills and resources. Coffee, considered a luxury, was a rare treat. It arrived on ships from faraway lands. Transportation was slow and difficult. Storing coffee beans properly to preserve their flavor was a challenge. The Amish, known for their resourcefulness, developed a unique method to make their precious coffee last as long as possible. This clever trick is surprisingly simple, yet it's a method that's been cherished for generations in Amish communities. It's a testament to how a few basic ingredients and a little patience can yield something truly special. Today, we're going to walk through the process of making cold brew coffee the Amish way, a method that's as practical as it is delicious, and one that doesn't require any fancy equipment or electricity. The secret lies in a process called cold brewing. Unlike traditional hot brewing, cold brewing uses time instead of heat to extract the flavors from the coffee beans. This results in a smoother, less acidic drink that's perfect for sipping on a warm day or storing for later use. Are you ready to learn how it's done? Let's start at the very beginning. First, you'll need to grind your coffee beans. In Amish kitchens, you'll often find a hand-crank grinder, which not only gives you control over the grind size but also connects you to the process in a meaningful, hands-on way. Begin with freshly roasted coffee beans for the best flavor. The beans should be ground coarsely. Think breadcrumbs, not flour. This coarse grind is essential because it allows the water to flow around the grounds, extracting flavor slowly and evenly. You want big, chunky pieces, not a fine powder. A coarse grind prevents over-extraction, which can make your coffee taste bitter or muddy. If you're unsure, compare your grounds to sea salt. They should look and feel similar. Next comes the cold water infusion. Place your coarsely ground coffee into a large, clean container, Glass jars work beautifully for this. Pour cold, filtered water over the grounds, making sure they're fully saturated. The water should be as pure as possible since it makes up the majority of your brew. For the perfect balance, use a ratio of about 1 cup of coffee grounds to 8 cups of water. This ratio can be adjusted to taste, but it's a great starting point for a rich, concentrated cold brew. Stir gently to ensure all the grounds are moistened. Now, it's time to let the magic happen. Place a lid on your jar, or cover your container with a clean cloth. This keeps out dust and other unwanted particles while your coffee steeps. Let the container sit at room temperature for at least 12 hours. This slow steeping process is what gives cold brew its signature smoothness and depth of flavor. If you prefer a stronger brew, you can let it steep even longer. Many Amish families let their cold brew steep for a full 24 hours, allowing the flavors to fully develop. The longer it sits, the richer and more robust your coffee will become. Once your coffee is finished steeping, it's time to strain. Pour the mixture through a cheesecloth or a fine mesh sieve to remove the grounds. For extra smoothness, strain it twice. This step ensures your cold brew is free of grit and perfectly clear. After straining, you'll be left with a rich, concentrated cold brew. Carefully pour this liquid gold into clean glass jars. These jars not only keep your coffee fresh, but they also make it easy to serve and store. Seal the jars tightly with their lids and store them in a cool, dark place, like a pantry or cellar. This helps preserve the delicate flavors and keeps your cold brew tasting fresh for months. With this method, your homemade cold brew can stay fresh for up to 6 months. Whenever you're ready for a refreshing cup, simply pour over ice, dilute with water or milk to your liking, and enjoy a taste of Amish tradition right at home. The Amish way of life is fascinating. They live in close-knit communities. Hard work and self-reliance are highly valued. They use horses for transportation and farming. Technology is limited. Their lives are a testament to the beauty of simplicity. This coffee method is a perfect example of their practical approach to life. It's about making the most of what they have and minimizing waste. You know, we can all learn from the Amish approach to frugality. Their way of life, though rooted in tradition, offers timeless lessons that are surprisingly relevant in our fast-paced modern world. The Amish have mastered the art of living simply, making the most of what they have, and finding joy in the everyday. These are values that can benefit anyone, no matter where you live or what your lifestyle looks like. Even in our modern world, saving money and reducing waste are, well, still really important. With rising costs and growing concerns about the environment, it's more crucial than ever to be mindful of how we spend, what we consume, and the impact our choices have on the planet. The Amish remind us that living well doesn't have to mean spending more or accumulating things we don't need. Instead, it's about making thoughtful decisions and appreciating the value of what we already have. Here are some tips inspired by the Amish. Practical ideas you can start using today, no matter your background or where you live. These aren't just old-fashioned habits, they're smart strategies for anyone who wants to live a little lighter, save some money, and create a more meaningful home life. Grow your food. Even a small garden can produce fresh ingredients and save you money. You don't need acres of land. A few pots on a balcony or a small patch in your backyard can yield herbs, tomatoes, or greens. Gardening not only helps you eat healthier, but it also connects you to the rhythms of nature and gives you a sense of accomplishment. Plus, it's a great way to spend time outdoors and unwind from the stresses of daily life. Preserve what you grow by learning to can, pickle, or freeze your harvest, so you can enjoy it all year round. These skills might seem old-fashioned, but they're incredibly useful. Imagine opening a jar of homemade jam in the middle of winter, or pulling out frozen veggies you grew yourself. Not only does this reduce food waste, but it also saves you money and gives you control over what goes into your food. You can even get friends or family involved and make it a fun, shared activity. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Just be mindful of your consumption and find ways to give new life to old items. Before throwing something away, ask yourself if it can be fixed, repurposed, or donated. The Amish are experts at mending clothes, repairing tools, and finding creative uses for things that others might discard. This mindset not only saves money, but it also helps reduce the amount of waste that ends up in landfills. Try sewing a patch on your favorite jeans, turning glass jars into storage containers, or fixing up old furniture instead of buying new. Focus on what truly matters, and let go of material possessions that don't add value to your life. The Amish prioritize relationships, community, and meaningful work over material wealth. Take a moment to reflect on what brings you real happiness. Is it the latest gadget, or is it time spent with loved ones, a walk in nature, or a home-cooked meal? By simplifying your surroundings and being intentional about what you keep, you can create a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Remember, it's not about living without, but about living with purpose and gratitude. The Amish coffee method is more than just a clever trick. It's a reminder that old-fashioned wisdom still holds value in our fast-paced world. By slowing down, appreciating simple things, and using resources wisely, we can live more sustainably and, honestly, find joy in the everyday. I encourage you to try this Amish coffee method. You might be surprised by the rich, smooth flavor of cold brew coffee. Plus, you'll reduce waste and save money in the long run. It's a fun and rewarding way to connect with the past and embrace a more mindful approach to your daily routine. In a world filled with hustle and bustle, it's easy to lose sight of the simple joys in life. The Amish way of life offers a refreshing perspective. It reminds us to slow down, appreciate the little things, and find contentment in the present moment. The Amish coffee hack is a testament to the enduring power of tradition. It's a reminder that the wisdom of the past can still enrich our lives today. Let's raise our mugs to the Amish and their inspiring commitment to simplicity, sustainability, and timeless